Welcome back to Transportation Sales Tax Program. I'm talking with Chris Wood, and he is construction manager for this project. I want to remind you that this is one of the bonded projects. There are about 12 of them, and many of them are already being worked on. Some are still under design, and there's still other activities that surround them that have to be taken care of before the actual building begins. But this one's well on its way, and he's CEI too, which means construction, engineering, and inspection. So he's making sure this is done right, and it is. It's a gorgeous project that you have here. And one of the things that I like the most are the sidewalks. And they seem wide enough and nice enough for people to walk, to ride their bikes. And that's something that Charleston is really trying to do. It's trying to connect people by way of walking and riding and make this really an environmental town. And that's a part of this project. Sidewalks.
It is. This project's 4.5 miles long, like you mentioned, and there's sidewalks from on the right-hand side of the project from Highway 17 all the way to 61, and on the left-hand side of the project there's a 10-foot multi-use path that'll be asphalt pavement, but then we'll facilitate biking activities and jogging activities as well.
Now, will this meet the road? There's some bicycle paths that are literally in the road, and some are elevated to an extent because they're sidewalks. Is this one a part of the road, or is this a part of the sidewalk?
Yeah, the sidewalks on the right-hand side of the project are pretty much set up for pedestrian movement only. The multi-use path on the left-hand side will facilitate, as I mentioned, bikers and runners. And it will be offset from the roadway, so it will be out of traffic separated by the curb and gutter system and or some of the grass shoulder.
There's a new intersection that's going in, or at least intersection improvements. Tell us about that.
Well, there's several intersection improvements with mast arm signals. There's the primary intersection improvement is at US 17. Where we've realigned that intersection and placed a signal at that location. We'll get improved traffic flow there and also improved safety.
You know, I hear this word, mast, and then arm, and I've always been curious. I want to hear it from an engineer. What does that mean exactly?
It means that the signal lights are suspended over the roadway with the use of a structural steel mast that is a little cleaner looking system. It may cost a little bit more, but it has a better appearance than the standard strain pole, which uses a wire configuration.
It now extends out into the highway or into the road.
Correct.
Is that a problem for trucks?
No, the height clearances are designed to cater to the truck
or
movements.
Buses not a problem for them as well?
That's correct. It's all designed accordingly.
There's some beautification that's going on out here too.
There is. There's a landscape median which varies in width, 15 to 20 foot in width. It'll be a planted landscape median. That median will house left-hand turn movements at some locations and then widen out to the full configuration to have trees and plants.
I've been working with and talking with people who make asphalt. So we're interested in asphalt,
okay.
and I know that there's going to be quite a bit of asphalt laid here, and it's going to go the entire extension or extent of the project. And at what point does that come? Does the weather depend on it?
Well, the weather does control the ability to pave, that's for sure. The first step in this process, now that we have curb and gutter in primarily in phase 1, the next step is to place a cement stabilized aggregate base course. Aggregate. Which is approximately 8 inches in depth. And then the next step will be to place the intermediate asphalt course. And once that is placed, we'll be able to shift traffic onto that new pavement. It's not the final pavement surface, but it will function temporarily while we build the other half of the project. And then the last step will be to place the final surface course and open the project completely.
And all of this entire, what is it, 4 miles?
4.5 miles.
This entire length, the entire length of this project is going to get new asphalt.
Correct.
Is that the idea?
It will.
Now, when do you go into the striping and all of that kind of thing? When does that come in?
Well, there's temporary striping with the phase changes throughout the construction of the project, and you have to do that to control traffic so that you can build the project. Once you have it in its final configuration, you once again do temporary striping to delineate the travelways, and then finally, before the project's opened up, we do a thermoplastic striping, which helps the driver see at night.
Well, I was going to ask you that. Bring it on down to the average person, and that helps the driver, and it helps what, walkers? I mean, is there any way that it just helps anybody and everybody that's involved with this road?
It does. It helps all users see better with the thermoplastic paint. The crosswalks are done in that material. It has a glass bead that has high reflectivity, so it acts almost as a reflector when lights shine on it. So it delineates the walkways, the travelways on the project. So it makes for a safer project.
Chris, you know, I've been trying to bring technology into all of these projects and to let the public know that what we do here is really a high standard of activity and of research and of bringing the best products into these highways and these roadways. And a lot of that we have to attribute, you know, you may not want to go into this, but a lot of this we have to attribute to technology and understanding how things work and what's in them.
That's true. The industry evolves with technology, and the DOT and the county's been very proactive through the years to follow the new technologies and try to improve things. One, for long-term use of materials, and efficient spending of the money that the taxpayers pay.
We have also been involved in citizens' participation, and I know that you've been working with groups out here, individuals who want to know every single step we're taking, those who just want to kind of keep up with the project. And we're going to talk about citizens' involvement in just a moment, but Chris has done a good job along with others within our organization to ensure that the public is kept abreast of every step that's being taken here. And we'll talk with you about that in just a moment. So again, don't go away.